I'd like to open up the topic of healthcare to any questions you might have. We could take about 3 or 4 questions. Please come to the stage. Please come to the stage to ask your question. One or two more. Hi. You want to come up?
My question is on health care. If we do get enough people elected in Congress and the Senate this November, how do we unravel it? I mean, is it just a judicial order, or how does that happen? Thanks.
Okay, how we do that is we stop the appropriations. That's first. You have to understand that in order for this legislation to go forward, it must be funded with billions more of your tax dollars. And so if we stop the appropriations in November, which means they cannot fund the money needed to hire 16,000 IRS agents to enforce the healthcare mandate, if we stop the other $60 billion for the 159 new federal agencies, then we have essentially stopped Obamacare until 2012. Then, God willing, we get a conservative president in 2012, and we repeal the whole thing. Now, there are 26 states right now that have legislation pending against the unconstitutionality of Obamacare. God bless every one of those patriots. The great one, Mark Levin and Ken Cuccinelli, have a lawsuit in Virginia that they've crafted together. Strong suit, but the strongest suit is in the state of Florida. In the state of Florida, their suit says that how can it be constitutional for one private industry or private free citizen to force another free citizen to buy a product of any kind just because you're alive? That is the strongest case, and we hope that that one gets to the Supreme Court. The problem is, it's not going to get to the Supreme Court until 2012, 2013 at the earliest. So it is up to us, people, to get out, get our electorate educated, send them the truth about Obamacare, get them educated, and get them out talking to the consumers, because if we don't stop the appropriations in November, we are in serious, serious trouble. And don't listen to the lies about the American Medical Association supporting Obamacare. The American Medical Association, the people who support it, is 17% of working physicians in this country. Remember that number, 17%. And the vast majority of them are professors. They're not working pediatricians, cardiologists. When I speak with the Walsh campaign, please vote for Joe Walsh. I'm not paid for that. I'm just, Joe Walsh is a patriot. Far better than Melissa Bean. But when I speak with Joe Walsh on his healthcare panels, I'm always with 2 or 3 doctors. And each of those doctors know, because they're every day treating patients. They know exactly how many Medicare cuts are coming to senior citizens, and they are severe. You'll see an entire list of them on truthaboutobamacare.com. So don't buy the lies. The doctors do not support this bill. 17% do, and they have a huge incentive to do so. Look that up. Look up AMA, Wall Street Journal, why they support Obamacare.
We have another question. Can you come up, please?
In your $14 million figure, what part would be illegals in the country?
Okay, we don't know that, how many, without a crystal ball, but let me just give you an example. Our All Kids program here in Illinois, we're, the one before family care and moms and babies, that's the one that gives free health insurance on your time to every child in Illinois. Guess how many are illegal aliens? 75%. So if that is our template for what's coming forward, remember the president said that we want to provide a path to citizenship, right? Senator Kyle was in the Oval Office with Obama, and what did Obama say? I can't enforce the border because then you guys, what will you do? You won't support comprehensive amnesty reform. I mean, comprehensive immigration reform. So we have a president that does not want to enforce our borders. And if we have people coming across the line, what are they going to do when they get here? They're going to vote for those who give them entitlements. Remember the old saying, if you rob from Peter to pay Paul, you can always guarantee on Paul's vote, right? So we don't know how many illegal aliens are going to be covered, but we know there's 14 to 20 million of them right now. And if we use Blogocare as a template, yeah, we're in trouble. We are.
Any other questions? Could you come forward to the stage, please?
I've heard from several sources, and I'd like you to confirm it, that one of the less publicized things about the health care plan is that they have not exempted colleges, universities, and non-for-profit organizations from the Cadillac tax. And many of those organizations, if not most of them, their entire business models are based around providing good benefits for their employees, and that's absolutely going to turn the ability for these universities, colleges, non-for-profits to provide health care for their employees. Is that true?
That is unfortunately a true statement. But there was an article that came out yesterday about the fact that I think it was 80 companies. You know, we heard when the bill was first signed, John Deere, right? We heard about Valero Energy, AT&T taking $1 billion losses, remember? Caterpillar, right? Lloyd's of London published an article 3 weeks ago that had 80 companies. All of them, I guarantee you, have at least a handful of them in your personal retirement portfolios. I'll give you an example. We all heard that AT&T will take $1 billion in losses, right? But nobody talked about that. That was the first quarter of 2013 alone. So now you have to annualize that, multiply it by 4 quarters. That's $4 billion a year. Now, what do you think AT&T is going to do if they have to pay $4 billion under Obamacare? They're going to cut jobs. That's what's going to happen. And every time you demonize the private industry, I don't care if Obama's after the insurance companies, he's after the energy companies, whatever it is, it means bottom line reductions in profits for these private companies, and that means that it's going to hurt the average American citizen. Even if you're retired. Every time I do a healthcare panel, I go over all 80 companies that are going to be cut and pay these massive fines. And as I do that, I ask the audience, raise your hand if one of these are in your retirement portfolio. And you watch their hands go up and down. So even if you're not working and you're retired, that's where your money is. So yes, again, truthaboutobamacare.com, tell your neighbors, let's stop the appropriations in November.